Picture this. A woman, red-faced and trembling, stands up in the middle of a crowded diner, her voice cracking as she screams, "You don't get to talk to me like that." Plates clatter, customers snicker, and phones are already out, capturing every second. The waitress, sporting fake pigtails and a smirk, just rolls her eyes. Within minutes, this woman is tackled outside by cops, still ranting about her emotional trauma. I was there, and let me tell you, it was a spectacle I'll never forget. Her name was Linda Harper, the iron-fisted queen of our Meadow VYEW Pines Homeowners Association. For years, she'd ruled our neighborhood like a dictator with a tape measure. Mailbox colors? Had to be one of her approved shades of beige. Grass? Better not grow a hair over her precise limit. I once got a warning letter because my porch pumpkin was deemed too festive for her precious community aesthetic. Linda thrived on control, wielding her rulebook like a scepter. So when I heard she was at Sassy's Dinero Place, famous for roasting its customers as part of the experience, I knew trouble was brewing. It all went down on a sunny Saturday when Linda's daughter, Emily, took her to Sassy's for a birthday lunch. I happened to be there, treating myself to a burger after a morning of errands. When I spotted Linda 2 tables over, I almost bolted. Her sharp eyes were scanning the menu with the same intensity she used to inspect our fences. Emily, in her early 20s, was chatting away, oblivious us to the storm about to hit. A big happy birthday banner hung over their table, and for a moment, everything seemed normal. Then came the waitress, a young woman with bold eyeliner and an attitude to match. She swaggered up, popped her gum, and drawled, "Well, look what we've got here, budget Cruella de Vil out for lunch. What do you want? Or are you too busy plotting to ruin someone's day?" Linda's smile froze, her fork hovering midair. Emily burst out laughing, trying to explain that the insults were the whole point of Sassy's. But Linda clearly hadn't gotten the memo. She sat there, stunned, as the waitress kept the jabs coming, mocking her hair, her purse, even her attempt to customize her salad order with a snarky, "This ain't a city council meeting, lady. Pick something and move on." At first, Linda tried to play along, forcing a tight smile for Emily's sake. I could see the strain, though the same clenched jaw I'd seen when I argued my mailbox was within her color code. She was unraveling, and fast. The breaking point came when the waitress slid their appetizers across the table with a casual, "Here's your food, Your Majesty. Try not to choke on your ego." Linda's face turned beet red. She shot up, napkin still tucked in her collar, and demanded, "I want to speak to the real manager of this disrespectful dump." Emily, mortified, tugged at her mom's sleeve, whispering, "Mom, chill. It's just a joke." But Linda was beyond reason. The waitress, staying perfectly in character, shouted across the diner, "Code Linda at table 12. Folks, we've got a code Linda, and she's got her feelings hurt." The place exploded with laughter. People clapped, cheered, Andy Epp started filming. I'll admit, I pulled out my phone too. This was too wild to miss. Emily sank lower in her seat, begging her mom to sit down, but Linda was on a mission. She climbed onto her chair, wobbling slightly, and addressed the entire restaurant like she was holding an HOA meeting. "This place is a disgrace," she bellowed, her voice shaking with fury. "I'll write a Yelp VYEW that'll shut you down. Do you know who I am? I'm the president of the Meadow VYEW Pines Homeowners Association." The staff didn't miss a beat. One waiter clutched his chest in fake horror. Another pretended to faint. The manager strolled over, dripping sarcasm, and said, "Oh no, the HOA president is mad. Should we repaint the walls in regulation taupe? Measure our napkins for compliance?" The crowd was eating it up, chanting "Linda, Linda," as the chaos escalated. Emily made one last desperate attempt to pull her mom toward the exit, but Linda wasn't VYing it. She stormed up to the waitress, jabbing a finger an inch from her face. "Apologize to me right now," she demanded. "I'm being harassed, humiliated, and I won't stand for it." The waitress, cool as ice, replied, "Lady, you signed up for this when you walked in. There's a sign at the door. If you can't handle a few jokes, maybe stick to places with HOA-approved VY Bess." The room roared with laughter. Then happened. Linda, shaking with rage, slapped the tray out of the waitress's hands. Glasses shattered on the floor, and the diner went dead silent. The manager stepped in, no longer joking. "That's it. You're out." Security, because of core sassies, as bouncers moved in fast. Linda screamed about her rights, threatening to sue everyone from the staff to the guy who built the place. "This is assault," she shrieked as two burly guys in black tees escorted her out. Emily trailed behind, apologizing to everyone they passed. Just when I thought it couldn't get crazier, Linda broke free at the door, kicking it open with such force that it toppled a sandwich board outside. It crashed into a group of tourists snapping photos, sending one woman sprawling onto the sidewalk. Sirens wailed minutes later. Someone had called 911. Through the window, I watched Linda play the VY Tim, flailing and pointing at the diner while cops took statements. But the EVY Denke was undeniable. Dozens of us had footage, and several people showed their VY Deos to the officers. Emily stood off to the side, looking like she wanted to disappear. The climax came when an officer tried to cuff Linda. "You can't arrest me," she screeched, loud enough to hear through the glass. "I have diplomatic immunity. I'm the president of Meadow VY EW Pines." The cop didn't flinch. He said something sharp. I couldn't catch it, but it made everyone inside cheer and snap the cuffs on. The crowd chanted, "Linda! Linda!" as she was led away. By the next day, the VY Deos were everywhere online, racking up millions of VYUs. Local news named Linda and her HOA role, and the story spread like wildfire. At our next HOA meeting, she was a no-show. The VYC president read her resignation letter, a melodramatic rant about targeted humiliation and a conspiracy against her leadership. She faced charges for disorderly conduct, assault, and property damage, landing a due la $5,000 fine and 100 hours of community care VYC. In court, she sobbed about her ruined reputation, insisting she was the real VY Tim. The judge wasn't impressed. "Maybe this'll teach you to grow thicker skin, Ms. Harper," he said. "The world doesn't run by your rules." Looking back, it felt like cosmic payback. After years of Linda's petty tyranny, watching her crumble under a few well-aimed jokes was unreal. But it's got me thinking, what do you make of this? Was Linda just a control freak who couldn't take the heat? Or did sassies push her too far? Should a restaurant like that be allowed to roast customers to the point of a meltdown? And what about her punishment? Was it fair? Or did the VY Ral shaming go overboard? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more wild stories like this. Let's get this debate going.